Hello, good afternoon. I am Suchit Sharma and I welcome all of you to Exam Booty's YouTube platform. Friends, students, everybody who is interested in this class of SSC CGL English in English. Welcome everybody. Students, we discussed yesterday a very important segment, how to identify nouns with respect to subject and object. And we came to know that whatever comes on subject and object's place, that will be a noun or a pronoun. And we also knew some very important facts and concepts related to subject and object in our previous class. Now, in this class, we are going to understand, we are going to identify noun in some other ways. So one thing that is very clear and you have in your mind, you have it, and that is whatever comes on subjects and objects place will be a noun or a pronoun. There will be a noun or a pronoun. It may be that some more words qualifying a noun can be there, but without noun, without pronoun, there can be no existence of a subject or a predicate or an object. Of course, there can be no existence of subject and object if there is no noun or pronoun on that place. This is the most important of all the concept. Let's discuss some other concepts relating noun. So we knew that there are two places where nouns are found. The first place is subject and the second place is object. Now we will discuss the third place and we will discuss it today. So that was the recap, actually what we studied in our previous class. Let's go ahead and discuss the third point. Where do we find noun other than subject and object's place? Let's see. Whenever you see a preposition in a sentence, preposition, it means in, on, to, for, of, by, from, with. There are so many prepositions. Out, up, down, beside, besides, between, among, for, without, into, except. So many prepositions are there. If you see any preposition in a sentence, just remember one thing, that after the preposition, you are going to get object. Yes. And you know that if there is an object, it means it will be followed by a noun or a pronoun. It means on its place you will get a noun or a pronoun. For sure, it is 100% guaranteed. If there is a preposition, you will find an object just after that. And if it is an object, it means that, it implies that there will be a noun or a pronoun. And that object will be called as the object of preposition. Remember this, object of preposition. A very important thing you should have in your mind all the times while you are reading English, you are preparing for English, especially competitive examination where English plays the most significant role. You cannot ignore it. So, object is not always found after verb. After verb, we saw that we may find object or we may not find an object. It is not necessarily always the priority of the sentence to have an object all the time. You may get it, you may not. It just depends. It depends on the sentence, on the structure, on the verb in a particular sentence. So, it is not always necessary to get an object. But if you get it, it means that object will be called the object of the verb. But if you find any object just after the preposition, it will be called the object of the preposition. It won't be regarded as the verb's object. This is the most important, this is the most significant part of subject-object concept. So just keep in mind. Now take an example. Suppose that if I write, I am fond of, so I write, I am fond of. It means if there is a gap and the gap should be filled with a word, and you are asked to fill this blank with a word. What word there should be? Now look at this sentence very carefully. You will find that this is a preposition. Whenever you see a preposition, you should have a clear picture in your mind that we are going to use on that place an object. And if that place belongs to an object, it certainly means, it certainly telling you that there will be a noun or a pronoun. Just go ahead and use it. That's what the concept tells you. And you can imagine, you can just think of anything, any difficult word. You can just think of it, whether it is given to you or not. You are able to understand it, that what will be there. So here we know that this is the place of an object, and if this place belongs to an object, it means there will be a noun or a pronoun. Now you can fill it with a noun like music, magic, money, but you have to write nouns. That is the most important thing. And if we say noun, it is understood that there can be pronoun as well, because pronouns are supposed to be born to take place or to replace a noun. So whenever there is a noun, whenever, wherever there is a noun, it means it can be replaced by a pronoun. So no need to mention all the time, but actually this is a beginner's class. This is the class of basic concept. That's why I have to reiterate. I have to repeat it again and again, so that certain ideas are going to set in your mind. If you listen 2 or 3 things regularly at an interval, you start just having a picture and having an image of that. That's why it is necessary, and that's why I am repeating it so many times. So once you know that this place belongs to an object, it means there will be a noun. And what is understood? There may be a pronoun, because we are not at present we are discussing pronouns. So I'm not writing more pronouns. My focus is absolutely on noun. That's what we are discussing. That's what we are here to identify. Let's take some more examples. So all these words are actually noun. Now take some more example. If I say I am interested in, and now I have to fill some words in this blank. So we all know that in is a preposition, and if in is a preposition, it means that this place belongs to an object. And if this place belongs to an object, it means that you are going to use here a noun. And now I am going to fill it with a thing that is actually not a noun, but here will work as a noun. I am interested in reading. I am interested in watching. I am interested in playing. Now all these words, reading, watching, playing, singing, dancing, whatever, you just write here. All these words are actually nouns. They are all nouns. And this is the beauty, how you are able to identify or recognize a noun. So I believe that now you have a very clear picture that there can be object on 2 different places. You can find an object after verb. and you can find object after preposition. So now this is the main thing you have in your mind now, because most of the students are confused. They think that there is an object always after a verb. So there are two things. The first, it is not necessarily the priority or requirement of first degree that there must be an object always after a verb. It is not a necessary condition. There may be an object, there may not be. It is not a necessary condition. An object may be there or may not be. And this is not the only place of an object. An object can also comes just after a preposition. So there are two places where we may find an object. So there are two places we can find an object, and whenever you find that place which belongs to an object, it means there will be a noun or a pronoun. So this is important. And now we move to some very important concept of different level. We all know that there is a formula: subject, verb and object. We all know this. In English, when we start studying, we are told that the structure in English is generally subject, verb, object. Yes, that's right. This is the general structure. Everybody knows that. But it is not necessary condition that there is an object all the time. So what else can you get? What else can you get after verb? Now see what else can you get. But first of all, remember this. If I write Tom helped David, and I write again David helped Tom. Now in these two sentences, in the first one, Tom is subject and David is an object, and here helped is verb. But in the second one, David is subject and Tom is an object and helped is a verb. What do you see? You see that on subject place, the noun looks like the same, but this place belongs to a subject and this place belongs to an object. Here, similarly, this is noun, this is noun, this is noun, and this is noun. It means noun looks same, whether it is on subject's place or object's place, but it is not in pronouns case except two pronouns. Suppose that I write, I helped him. Now you cannot write it here and you cannot write it here. If you do, sentence will be incorrect. Because this place belongs to subject and this place belongs to an object. If it is subject but this is not subject, this is an object's place but this is not an object. That's why this sentence is incorrect. You have to write he and you have to write me here. That's how you find a correct sentence. And this is subject but this is pronoun and you know it. This is an object and you know that this is pronoun. So what do you see? Actually, when pronoun replaces subject and object's place, their form changes. But noun looks same in the form, but actually it is changed. So when somebody asks you without telling the sentence, tell me Tom is subject or object, you cannot tell it until you know the sentence. But if somebody asks you me, what is me? Whether it is subject or object, you may say that it is an object. This is the difference. Hope you understand today's concept. We will carry on with these small videos of 20, 21 minutes, 22 minutes, and we will learn gradually. Slow and steady wins the race. Remember this, and it will remain with you all the time. So that's all for today. Thank you. We will meet tomorrow and discuss and continue these concepts. Till then, goodbye and take care.